and a lot of times somehow these guys are coming back off of injuries, major ones, like almost better.
There's some drugs here.
We back again. It's Championship Sunday. We're a little later than normal. Man, I gotta tell you guys something. I was really trying to get this sick edit finished, and it just came down to the wire. I was like, you know what? I kept getting that issue with an audio file, and it was pissing me off, and I just said, you know what? We gotta go live. I'm not doing this anymore, but I will finish that, and I will get it out before the end of this first game. And before I get done with my little rant, let me go ahead and bring in this illustrious co-host who's been joining me every single Sunday, except when we had a bye week. What's good, Syl? How you doing?
It's Championship Sunday. Syl Nation Sports Network. This has really been, I always probably been saying this all playoffs, but it's been a wonderful season, and this is only the beginning. You know what we're going to do, man. But we're going to enjoy the day. Championship Sunday. Wait till you see who we pick. I can't wait. I can't wait to the picks, bro. Oh, man. Cannot wait.
It is the Final Four, man. That's what it's come down to. And
the four best teams.
The four best teams. And to me, I don't think anyone has got here by luck. Like, they all earned their chance. No, there wasn't a bad call that led them to winning a game. There wasn't, whatever. Last week was kind of shitty to watch, if I'm being in all honesty. Like, the games are kind of shit to watch, dude. And it was because of that. Like, the four best teams won.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and
probably the Chiefs game was probably the most, only because of the injury, made it interesting.
That was true. That was true. Right. In the very beginning of the game, Patrick Mahomes was like, oh, is he going to be a human this game? Oh, he might be average.
Now let's see what happens.
Right?
He still won, huh? He still won.
He just sits there and is like, no, I can still flick it, guys. I can still flick it.
I'll give the Cowboys a little credit. They did make it interesting. Very interesting against the 49ers. I will give the Cowboys credit. Just, you don't have a good enough quarterback.
Oh, my God, dude. I know. Well, I think they do have a good enough quarterback, but they just kept him on the bench, unfortunately. They had a Cooper Rush.
That's debatable. Sadly, that's debatable.
I'm just saying, bro. I think he just makes better decisions when it comes down to the clutch thing. But it's all good. It's all good. They had a chance. I just laughed because they didn't have a fucking chance last week, dude. It came down to the very end, and they ran that weird play with Ezekiel Elliott being the center. And I'm sure you watched that, but that's probably one of the funniest plays I saw. I was like, okay, Zeke's going to be the center, right? They got a defensive lineman who's lined up right over Zeke. How many live action plays has Zeke taken as a center before? I don't think a lot, honestly. And when they practice this, do they have a guy rushing him right in the face? Is he ready? Hut, hut, hut. Fucking Zeke just goes back like this, and falls over backwards. He got fucking owned so hard, dude. And I wish Necron was here. That's part of the reason why we waited a little bit before the stream started too, because I was hoping Necron was going to come through, and he could talk to us about this loss a little bit and talk to us about how he's feeling.
I'm sure he would do that. Yeah. Talk to us about this L you took. Talk to us about the shitty quarterback you have. Nah, I don't think he'd do that.
I would have asked him about it, put him on the spot, and gotten an answer, hopefully. So, man, it was a defensive battle though, right? And I think we saw a little bit of Purdy, Brock Purdy, the quarterback for the 49ers, him get a little bit shaky, and also the Dallas defense was really good. They have a great coordinator in Dan Quinn. Like, they were ready to play, and if either of the offenses had been able to get some sort of traction, you would see that they were going to make the move. And one of the craziest plays that happened in the Cowboys versus 49ers game, and I may be able to even bring up the clip. This would have been in the edit. It'll be in the edit, but it's when Purdy is rolling left, cuts back to his right, throws the ball like kind of across the field, but in stride, and George Kittle, my freaking dog, George Kittle dives for the ball, dude, taps the ball as he's juggling it, and then he catches it and like just misses the Cowboys defender as he's coming in. Like, he was about to get blasted, gets his hands on it, pulls it in, and just misses the second defender. It was crazy to watch. And he got up, he was like, let's fucking go. And as soon as that happened, the 49ers went down and they eventually scored on that drive. And that was the difference in the game. Them scoring on that drive, them getting just a little bit of traction.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of showed, hey, a little defense on Purdy can cause some issues. Is that a theme for today? We'll see.
Absolutely. Now, first take of this game. I got some commotion on right now, so I gotta actually step away real quick. But I'm gonna go ahead and get your first take and bring up the first game of the day. And of course, I forgot to upload the slides. Oh, the slides are here. They're coming. But
it's coming. Let's talk a little bit about last week then, as we get this all together.
That's right. We didn't even go over last week.
That's the benefit of having me as your co-host. So as far as we talked a little bit about the blowout, so we're not going to spend too much time talking about Philly dismantling the overachieving Giants. Like, okay, y'all get over there, go get Daniel Jones some receivers, and then come back and talk to us, right? So they got rid of them real quick. And then the Bengals literally sunning the Bills. Like, this what made that game so like telling, is that it was in Buffalo in the snow, and the Bills looked like they were from Florida. Like, this is like the Florida Bills playing in Buffalo. Right? And then you got the swaggiest quarterback in the game and the toughest team, in the playoffs, or one of the toughest teams, the Bengals. They looked like they were ready for the smoke in Buffalo in the snow. So that was very weird. But like JT said, those Giants, y'all got smoked and then like re-rolled and then smoked again. Like, that's how the Giants got smoked. No, I'm not going to be the guy to say Daniel Jones. Like, earlier in the season, I said, Daniel Jones he's cooked. He's washed. But as the season went on with a great coach, Giants, y'all got a great coach. Y'all got y'all running back, which they may trade Saquon, though. They may trade Saquon to get more assets. I'm just going to throw it out there. But you got your coach, you got your system. Is Daniel Jones your guy? Okay, let's give him some weapons, man. Let's stop playing around. Galladay? No, he's not that guy, right? So, so Giants, we'll see what they do, but they got a good system. But like I said, the Bills, though, oh my goodness. I never seen someone lose so much swag in one game. Josh Allen is supposed to be this dude. He's supposed to be this backyard bully type of quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there he was scared to be in the snow. Did he have long sleeves? I gotta pull up a picture of that in a minute. Did Josh Allen come out there like he was cold in Buffalo? I'm just a little disappointed. How the Bills, did not show up. And like I said, Joe Burrow, he's a new Joe Cool, man. He's a new Montana of this generation. I grew up hearing stories about Montana. I think I caught one of his Super Bowls against the Bengals, coincidentally. Joe Montana was always that cool quarterback. And now I think Burrow's that guy, y'all. See, S. Dot said they're not trading Saquon. Yeah, he's the face, but if you can get a receiver and some picks, basically, if they think Daniel Jones is that guy, then I think they're trading Saquon. If they don't think, if they're going to get another quarterback, free agency or something like that, then I think Saquon will stay. Money James. Yeah, they got smoked and re-rolled, bro. JT Allen came out playing like Tim Allen.
Damn, bro. That's tough. That's tough.
Josh Allen. Tim Allen, bro.
Thank you for holding it down, bro. My bad.
It's good, bro.
The neighbors came over real quick. But yeah, bro. So that was an awful game to watch too. And what did I tell you? I did say in the recap for that game or the prediction, I was like, yo, it's going to be way too emotional for them. It's going to be for Josh Allen. I was like, yo, he can't even get through a freaking post-game presser without crying about a dude who's still alive. I understand that you saw some shit going on in the field, right? And there's no discounting that at all. Homie is still alive. And I understand it's emotional, but if you can't get through a speech with people you don't even know, like, come on, man. You're way too emotional for this game and for that position specifically. And as we saw, Daniel Jones looked like a freaking phenom this season because of Brian Daboll, the quarterback's coach at that time, but now the head coach of the Giants. And without Brian Daboll, Josh Allen really went over to a turnover champ, this king, bro. But yeah.
No, Josh Allen, it was his thing the last couple of years. It was Mahomes is that dude, right? Everybody's just admitted, once Brady left the AFC, it's Mahomes' division, right? The conference, AFC. Yep. So, because, hey, quiet is kept, let's just keep it real. Brady beat Mahomes, what was that? Second to last season in the AFC. Brady did lose in the first round or division round, whatever. Final year in the AFC. Then he went to the NFC, but then he beat Mahomes again in the NFC, right? So I was like, okay, Brady's that dude, right? Y'all already know how I feel, despite how much Austin loves Brady, but Mahomes is that dude. So everyone was like, okay, Josh Allen is going to be that guy. That's going to be a new Brady Manning, for the next 10 years. And then Burrow was like, hold up, right? Like Nate Dogg it, hold up. And he broke it all up, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what, if people remember back in the day when it was 49ers, Cowboys every year, you know what I'm saying, NFC, and then Brett Favre, just this little crazy white guy came out of nowhere and beat the 49ers, and then he got crushed by the Cowboys, but Favre was like, no, we ain't going to do this 49ers, Cowboys every year. And I think Burrow is kind of the same style, well, different style, Montana style, but same premise. We're not going to do this whole Mahomes, Josh Allen thing. Just, you can't pencil it in. You know what I'm saying? So Burrow's that dude, man, to me. Real talk.
Yeah, dude. He's got that. And I mentioned it last week. He's been in these intense situations, and even more intense in certain places, because college, there's a lot of stadiums that are even bigger than football, the NFL stadiums and professional stadiums. There's more people there. It's louder. It's more of an atmosphere. And he was doing more things. He was younger. He had, he had more responsibilities, homework. He's probably worrying about his girl and shit like that. And he still won those games. Now he's a professional athlete with all of those other things off the table, not worrying about him, and he gets to focus on one single thing. I think that's dangerous for everybody else. Because, like I said, Joe Burrow has shown out before. He's got that swag.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that, and not saying that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have his own swag either, but last week, swag versus swag, Josh Allen, man, he's just some honky tonk white dude from the country, man, bro.
He ain't built for his own city. Like, that's what's crazy.
He ain't, dude.
Buffalo? You not ready for the snow? Man.
Dude, I know. What did I say? I said that. I said this should I think I was talking crap in one of our group chats, and you said, oh, you called that the Bills are gonna play bad in the snow, or Josh Allen's gonna play bad in the snow, and I said, hey, you can't use that as an excuse, bro. That should be your advantage.
No, it's like this is the crazy thing. It's like it was almost a given that if you're a Bills quarterback and it snows, let's say it like this. Okay, Bills are normally a snow team, so you figure they're ready for the elements. Now, usually you have like a big running back, to get like a LaShawn McCoy or something in the snow, and like, okay, this is our workhorse. For the Bills, their offense is all Josh Allen. So when it snows, you gotta be that workhorse, and he wasn't ready. It's insane. He wasn't ready for the moment, bro. So if he ain't ready now, like, man, he ain't get ready.
Yeah.
Nah.
You had all the gurus. You had like the laser technology that we heard about go on. Like, none of that helped you for the clutch situation, because you can have all of the science. You can have all of the stats that you want. All it comes down to at the very end is what's inside you. And yes, Money Train, if you see that stuff in the chat, anything like that from someone random, just get rid of them. I don't care if they're trying to troll or be funny. If someone's going to say some shit like that, get rid of them. All right. And I'm mad that I have this many mods here and I had to take time out of the stream and go ahead and ban that person. So I'm looking at all you. All right. I'm looking at all you in the chat. You should have been on top of that, y'all. Yo, Necron, what's good, homie? I sent you the link. You know where the link is. We want you to come through and talk about this Cowboys 49ers game last week. Sorry, bro.
He ain't coming for that. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Necron says that Josh Allen wasn't ready for that swag, and he wasn't, man.
Nah.
I'm just like you said, though. They should have been ready for that. The snow should be your advantage, and it just goes to show you, though, that the white Bengal that the Cincinnati kind of debuted this year for their logo, and they changed their look around a little bit to more be that white Bengal. It really fit in well with the snow game. Like, I almost wish that if the Bills didn't have white helmets, then the Bengals definitely would have went white helmets. It would have been all fucking white. And people are like, oh, the Bengals chose that to their advantage. Yeah, because the Bills dumbasses didn't go with white jerseys. If you have home field advantage, you get to pick it. And they chose blue jerseys.
They chose poorly.
They chose poorly, bro. It's just like history repeats itself in a way, because the Bills, they were historically in the early 90s, they're going to get there. But what are they going to do when they get there? They're just going to stall out. And that's what happens. They can't make the championship hump. They got to get to the championship and win and actually get to the Super Bowl. Like, they're in contention every playoffs now.
They got to get past the divisional round. Let's keep it real. Now, it's not even about contention anymore. No, right. It's Mahomes and Burrow for the next probably good 3 to 5 years. That's what it's going to come down to, unless the Ravens figure out that Lamar is an asset and they could build more around, give him a receiver, one. And then Lamar can break that whole mode. But it's Burrow and Mahomes right now. Dude,
it's the break the whole mold, right? Yeah, it's like the tier 1 quarterbacks, and then you have Josh Allen like right underneath them. He's just you're gonna break the hump, man. It comes down to clutchness. There's a reason why Burrow's like pointing at his veins, and Josh Allen ain't. But that was a good that was a good game for the Bengals, man. They came to town and they went to work. It never looked like it was out of their hands the entire game. And even with the snow, like they had a plan, they stuck to their plan. They still threw it as well. Like they weren't afraid to do what they want. And it was great to Joe Cool, man. The Chiefs barely got through. There's a reason why I played it must be the drugs or it's the drugs drop at the beginning because Mahomes, he may not need drugs, dude. People talked about the clip from him at Wednesday practice and like, oh yeah, shooting yourself. Bro, listening to former players, like you don't do that on Wednesday practice. You don't shoot yourself up for a Wednesday practice. That's when you're in recovery mode and you're trying to start again for the new week. And the fact that Patrick looked so well during that practice just goes to show like he's good. It was just a high ankle sprain, and he's had the high ankle sprain before, so it probably really fucking hurt him when it happened during the game.
So I think I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, you football people that knows injuries, it's usually when you mess your ankle up, like it's almost like you're better off breaking it, and then it really recovers. Like if you sprain it and then sprain it again, it's like it's just. But my point is this: Mahomes is just used. He was used to whatever that pain was, because you don't go back and like. He got pulled in the first half because he was hurt, and he started the second half. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's some drugs, there's some drugs, but you rarely see the fact that he came back in the third quarter showed me that he's good to go this week. Because if he wasn't good, if it was really that injured, he would not have finished that game. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that because I was like for sure. Who's the backup again? Whoever the Penny, whatever the guy is, right?
Ziti.
He came in. I think he could have won the game just checking down to Kelsey the entire game, right? Like he could have just won the game.
Yeah.
They would have did just enough. But the fact that Mahomes started the second after being taken out of the game, Mahomes started the second half and finished the game, and he's only healed since then. Yeah, Mahomes is good. Mahomes is good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, right. He's used to that pain, bro. And some people are just built different, man. I made this joke about somebody who was online and not a football player, but I said this is the type of dude to scrape his knee in gym class and stop the whole class because he's crying. And that's what some people are like, but others are like. They scrape their knee in gym class and cut the fuck open and their kneecap is hanging out. And you don't even realize it until, someone says something to them and they're like, oh, dang, what's going on with my knee? Like there's some people who are just built different. Yeah. Anything is possible. Okay, it's Henny. All right.
They could have won that game, with Chad Henne. The fact that Mahomes finished the game, I was like, it's not as bad as we thought.
Yeah, nah. And I knew that during the game you can obviously shoot yourself up with the the Toradol and all of that, but seeing him on the Wednesday practice really just solidified it for me. I'm like, okay, he's fine. And then someone recorded him jumping off the stage during like a presser, and he landed like on his right foot while he was walking off, and like he didn't no flinch, and like he was just walking. Yeah, so he's good. And we got Estat coming through as well, saying the high ankle sprain is similar to a break, but today's meds can get that healed in no time. They freeze and heat the area to speed up recovery. I'm not talking icing either. Oh, they freeze it. Damn, that's crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying, Money James. They just according to what I hear, because I actually broke my left ankle just doing backyard football back in the day, and like it's nothing you can do to that ankle anymore. It's like I'm good like for life with that ankle, but it's like it's better to I say break, you say fracture, so I'm thinking the same thing there. I think you're better off breaking it than spraining it is my point. The fact that he sprained it, but I know he's done it before. He sprained that ankle before. It's almost like Mahomes just like those endorphins or something went to his head and was like, I felt this before. I'm good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That was my point. But as far as like strictly break or fracture versus sprain, I always heard that you're better off breaking or fracturing it just so it can heal properly. So that's just what.
That makes sense. Yeah, just so it's a clean or whatever, and it goes all the way through.
Exactly.
And you don't have like a minor, right? Yeah, and then you heal it, and your bones all crooked and jagged and shit. Yeah. What up, Rhea? Thank you for coming through and showing love on Championship Sunday.
Real quick for Syl Nation, a special coffee talk. First off, since the whole crazy stuff at DC last month, I took a hiatus from Coffee Talks because like it's been crazy with DC. But Coffee Talk is returning every Thursday. First guest will be Rhea and Belle Reeve, also known as the Furies. They'll be there this Thursday, so look forward to seeing y'all there.
Yeah, and
2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern.
I appreciate one of the Furies coming through to my stream as well, man. The OGs, Rhea, appreciate you being here. Money Train says, got you. So Money Train, what do we have for the slips today, bro? What's the championship slips?
Where's the money at, bro?
Yeah, we gotta know. He
waiting to see what we say. I think Money James is like, let's do the opposite of what these guys say.
Dude, well, last week we got to the games. We didn't relive through too much of them. We did a brief recap, about a half-hour recap, and we got about a half hour till the first game starts. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into Championship Sunday. And they saved the best for last, but I think this first game might be better. It might be better. This team, bro. This team, first game, we got that 49ers going to the Eagles, bro. This is going to be crazy because it's the first defense versus the first offense in the league, ranked as far as that goes. And we've seen this before. We've seen this before in Super Bowls and things like that. And when it happens, a lot of times the defense either takes over or the offense either takes over. It's not like a clash from one or the other. You're like, oh man, I thought this was the best offense, or oh man, I thought this was the best defense. I'm not gonna give my pick first. I want Syl to go first on this. I'll go first for AFC. I want to see what you got thinking for Brock Purdy, the youngin. His first didn't even play a whole regular season, but he's in the NFC Championship game. What do you think is going to happen today in Philly, 49ers versus the Eagles?
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm going to enjoy both of these games. And, this being the first game, it's going to be very interesting. The 49ers, that's been like my pick, the pick of my heart. Like, since like second half of the season, I was like, yo, 49ers cooking something. I'm feeling what the Niners are doing, right? And this was when they had Garoppolo as the quarterback. So when Purdy coming in, Garoppolo goes out. Purdy actually plays the system better. He has more, he can do more with the system than even what Garoppolo does.
Right.
So Coach Shanahan's like, oh man, like I got, I kind of lucked into this. I got a guy that can do the same throws Garoppolo does, but then he can kind of air it out a little bit better. Yeah. Very interesting, right? So I always said all season, the 49ers is the toughest team. You line them up every week, they will beat you up every week. And now they have a quarterback that can stretch the field a little bit. So last week against the Cowboys, it was an ugly game. And Purdy did kind of show a little, like, you give him some pressure, he kind of, he's still a rookie, Mr. Irrelevant, final pick in the NFL draft, right, 2022. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was like, is he special enough, right? Because all I'm saying, everything I said about the 49ers, I kind of can say about the Eagles. Is a tough team that could beat you up every week. That, has, they got a good system as well, too. Good coaching. What's the difference? The quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is a much better quarterback than Purdy. You pressure Hurts, he'll give you a quarter to adjust, and then Hurts beats us out. He was actually the MVP of the season. He just got hurt for a couple weeks. Yeah. Kind of lost his little swag after a loss to a division loss against the Commanders, middle of the season. You got to recapture your swag. Then he got hurt. The Eagles may be the best team in the league right now, so they will be the best team on the field today. Quarterback is the difference. I got to go with the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Eagles going to the Super Bowl. He gonna out McNabb. Out McNabb. Let's go Hurts. We going with Hurts. Don't, my heart pick is the 49ers. I would love to see the 49ers. I don't think Purdy's ready yet, y'all. I don't think he's ready. He really should have lost against the Cowboys if the Cowboys had a better quarterback under pressure. Real talk.
Yep.
You need someone to make enough plays. When you have two tough defenses going against each other, you know what I'm saying? It's about the quarterback. And I don't see Purdy making the right plays or enough plays. I see Hurts making every play today. He's at home. They got the most nastiest fans, supporters in the fans, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to get ugly. I think Philly is just as tough as the 49ers, and they have a better quarterback. Just both good coaching. This is how close this is. It's going to come down to Jalen Hurts making a play and Purdy won't. That's literally going to be the difference in this game. Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Damn, bro. JT says they get plucked today. I don't know. That's a good pick. I mean, and you can understand why you would say that, right? For all those reasons. And I was talking before, like the reason was why Josh Allen didn't make it to this game is because he got outclassed by a better quarterback who played better when it came down to the moments that matter the most. And when it comes down to this moment, it depends on how this game plays out. There's a lot of storylines, a lot of things that could possibly happen. And the one is the key matchup you got to watch is the defensive line of the Eagles going up against the offensive line. I should just say in general, the trenches tonight. That's what you're going to keep your eye on.
Yeah.
And who wins that battle, because they are some of the best on each side of the football. Trent Williams, the offensive lineman for he's a tackle, I believe, the left tackle for the 49ers. He's been ranked the first tackle, like number 1 by Pro Football Focus for the last 2 years. And when they put hype reels together for the 49ers, they show this man. Because he's a fucking monster, okay? And it's partly the reason their offensive line, part of the reason, the other part is the scheme and the coaching, but the offensive line is part of the reason why their run game is so good and why Brock Purdy, being the third string quarterback, is able to come in here and look like a professional who's been doing this for a while, because they give him time to make decisions, to go through his reads and to not get rushed. And the more you get rushed as a young quarterback who hasn't faced that experience yet, the more you make mistakes and the more you can cover up the football. It's going to take a lot of things going right for Brock Purdy tonight in order for him to get this win. And I don't think it's going to be as difficult, and it's going to be way more effortless for the Eagles to go ahead and make plays, for Jalen Hurts to go ahead and make plays. Now, you got to think about this. Last week, the Eagles, they went ahead and they went in on the Giants. They're not facing the Giants defense this week.
The Giants defense is bad.
They're definitely not as good as the 49ers.
Well, that's fair. I mean, no one's as good as the 49ers.
You know what I'm saying? So people might be looking at the Eagles like, oh, this is going to be easy if they play like they did last week. But they played against the Giants defense last week. And they're just a couple of 2, 3, 4 tiers down from the 49ers, in my opinion. They don't have a pass rush, and they don't have that secondary like the Niners do. Tre'Davious Ward is a menace on the outside as the cornerback. And, the Eagles also have a comparable defense, though. So they are going to be very well matched up. The kink in the armor, the chink in the armor, whatever you want to say, is Brock Purdy, the inexperienced quarterback who hasn't been here before. Now, with that being said, the inexperienced quarterback is also going against someone who has never done this himself, but he's the leader of his team. And I think Brock Purdy's kind of just like, what do I do, guys? Like, I'll do it the best of my ability, right? Like, tell me where to go, I'll make the throw, that's what I'll do. And Jalen Hurts is like, yo, this is what the fuck we're doing. And one of my favorite things is that Hurts says is like, yo, we don't need no motherfucking rah-rah speech. We don't need no fucking rah-rah speech. Y'all know what we're doing. And I don't think they need a rah-rah speech today. But my heart, man, it's not going with the Eagles.
Oh, man.
That's just because
interesting.
my hate for Philly is so deep.
I feel it. I think y'all sleeping on Jalen Hurts. I'm
not sleeping on. I think that he is going to have some ease today, but I want to see a little bit of this from the one particular 49ers defensive lineman, and it's this. That's Nick Bosa, y'all. That's a couple of sack celebrations that I think that we might be seeing, because I talked up the 49ers offensive line, and I know the Eagles has a great offensive line, but the only person that I can recognize on the Eagles offensive line is Kelsey, and there's nobody else that I can recognize. And that's not saying that, that means that they're no-namers, but I think some of those names may be recognized tonight because Nick Bosa is going to be flying by them.
Saying, all Hurts got to do, it's like that Rocky IV analogy. Like, all Eagles got to do is land one punch. And the 49ers be like, oh, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? You see him bleeding like Drago, like, dang, like, they can score on us. Like, he's not a machine. He's a man. I'm just saying, like, and 49ers is, like I said, that's my heart. My pick is the 49ers in my heart, but Jalen Hurts, he looks healthy. They're churning. He got a great receiving core. They're tough on defense. I'm just saying, they got a running game, the best running game in the league, but he can make the throws. I just, y'all sleeping on. I'm just saying.
I'm not.
A little bit on Jalen Hurts.
I just think that the defense of the 49ers is not to be fucked with, because every time I see them come out and facing a good quarterback, they really know what the hell they're doing, and they get after it. And especially if they're healthy, man, they really get after it. One of our friends that really gets after it is a man who needs no introduction. How we doing today, Necron? Thanks for sliding.
Well, we know who he's picking.
Bro.
Like,
yeah.
You gotta ask him who he's picking for this game.
Who you got?
You muted.
You're muted, bro. You gotta unmute yourself.
Sorry.
There he is.
I'm sorry, guys. I think I caught a cold, so
you're good.
I'm low energy. But anyway,
just bring the knife out.
Crusty knife.
Don't cut yourself.
And I've done it before, and I still fuck around with it.
Oh man, it really opened up my sinuses. Yeah.
And I'm like on stream, and my fingers all bleeding like shit. I'm holding it tight, like it's cool. Let's get through the show. Anyway,
Babe, we need to go to urgent care.
Right. Just get some of that glue, and we're good.
Yeah, right. Well, who you got, bro? Who you got? Don't pick the Eagles. You're not allowed to pick the Eagles.
He already know he's not picking.
I'm just kidding.
I'm picking for him. You know he's not picking the Eagles.
It would justify Cowboys losing if these 49ers accept the Eagles. In my mind, I'd be like, hell yeah, see, that's why they're just a better team. The Eagles are scary good, dude. But those bastards don't deserve to win. They're just a bunch of jerks. Their fans
if I can't get to the Super Bowl, nobody from the AFC East can get to the Super Bowl.
So we're going with the 49ers. I know it ain't the right pick, but it's my pick. It's my petty pick. 49ers all the way.
Stand on it, bro.
So petty about it. I can't wait to see all those big-headed green jersey wearing bastards all on the side crying because I'm sorry, but their fans are just jerks, man.
No, that's why I don't like Philly, man. I got their fans kicked out of their game because they were bitching at me for cheering for my team. And I was like, yo, what did I do? I was just being louder than you guys cheering for the other team. And they got so mad. They're like, shut the fuck up. I fucking hate you.
Yeah, dude. They're right. Dude.
I got them kicked out, though. I went, the lady came and said, so what happened? What happened? And like a bunch of people, it was me and like somebody else's dad. It's like, yo, this lady went off on him. He wasn't being mean or disrespectful. He was just cheering for his team, and she lost her mind. And then like 2 minutes later, her and her boyfriend are getting escorted out of the arena. It's like, oh, see you later, guys.
Yeah, there's
looking crazy.
A lot of that, before the game. So
No, Philly fans booed Santa. I'm just saying. They are like the roughest fans in the league.
they booed Michael Irvin laying down with a damn injury, didn't get back up.
That.
They are.
I remember that. It's like, yeah, die. I'm like,
I hope he dies.
whoa, you don't want him to die, right? Die. You want him to lose. Just lose the game. You gotta die.
No, and I get it, dude.
I'll lose a life out here. Jeez.
You go to the other team's stadium, you gotta expect some heat, but these fuckers want to beat you down and decapitate you and like put your head on impel your head on a stick when they drive off or something. It's like the Road Warrior world out there. Like
real,
need to calm down.
I want him to die. I want him to lose his life, like that. To lose the game, not the game, right? Life.
Lose his life.
Like,
bro.
You still want to win if he like lives, you
gotta be buried afterwards.
Right.
Shit.
Crazy. So yeah, bro.
Oh man.
49ers. Oh, that reminds me. We were at Royal Rumble last night, dude, and we literally watched these two. We watched these two guys, literally, one row behind me fight because they were fighting over the wrestling. and the dude was all, well, you better not write no checks you can't cash, MFer. And he was like, what, I'll tell you. And bah, 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 bah. And I was like, good Lord, dude, you know this shit ain't real, right? It's just entertainment. And they were passionate about it. Like,
fuck your guy. No, fuck your guy. Yeah, dude,
Yep.
It's crazy. People just have the close. And don't mean to cover you up here, but Necron, I wanted to read this quick. Integrity's our Philly guy, right? He says, there's always stories of cowboy hate. Then on the flip side, an Eagle fan goes to the Dallas Stadium and you hear about cowboy fans offering them beers and stuff being cool. We fight with ourselves in Philly. Yeah, exactly, dude. Philly's a different
Cowboys.
I saw
Cowboys
that.
fans, those actually some of the coolest people. Like real talk, as Cowboys fans.
Did you see the video of the watch party of the Cowboys 49ers? People, they're after the I'm gonna say the game. Yeah, after the game, they're all fighting each other.
Oh,
and
shit.
yeah, and they were trying to say Cowboys fans attack 49er fans, and when you actually watch the video, they're all wearing Cowboy jerseys. There's a bunch of drunks all mad that Cowboys lost. And like, I'm like, man, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what happens though. Like when you ride everything on a team, right? And that's what it sucks, because my passion goes into this game and these teams and these players, but when they lose, like, you don't know where to put that passion. And some people, unfortunately, like, they let it out in that form and they don't know how to like transition the passion to a different avenue. Like, you never have to let go of that fire. You just have to keep holding on to it and put it somewhere else so it's useful in a different
channel
arena.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think too, there's just a lot of drunkenness and displaced anger.
Oh yeah, I mean that's another half of it. But hey, we got the picks in, and hopefully this next picks that we have are going to be opposite as well. And it's the Bengals going over to what I heard was called Burrowhead now. Can you believe that? Can you believe
That's
that?
so disrespectful.
Can you believe that? All right, Necron, you gave us your take last, so give us your take first for this game. Who do you think is going to win? Joe Burrow and the Swag King going against State Farm King and Arrowhead Stadium today.
State Farm King.
Real quick, shout out to Sickness. Much like he got to dip out. Much love, Syl Nation.
Appreciate you.
Get your beer game together. Yeah.
Thank you for coming through, man. Enjoy the games today, bro. Appreciate your support as always, just like everybody else. But yeah, go ahead, Necron, with your take. What do you think is going to happen today in Kansas City?
Well, Kansas City obviously has a history of this being a winning team. Arrowhead's a tough place. Any team to go in there and play, get a win in that. But a certain Swag King went in there last year and beat the State Farm King. And I just love the Swag King, dude. I wish he was our quarterback. It'd be so cool. It makes sense.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But
does, bro.
right now.
oh, dude, I still be in the playoffs.
Word. Facts.
Oh, so yeah, dude. I'm going for them Bengals, man. I just like that team. They're fun. But Burrows, dude. Like I said, dude, he just has that steady hand. Doesn't seem to get phased. But I'm not taking anything away from Mahomes. He's a freaking killer. I mean, you know, he's backyard king of professional football. He can pull off a lot of plays, but I just like them Bengals. They seem like a cool club, so that's really the only reason I'm going with them. And I thought, you know, they were just one freaking touchdown away from winning the Super Bowl last year. They're like,
they deserve it.
If I can make a comparison, it reminds me of the Spurs when they were playing the Heat and they lost in 2013, and it was so close. And they went on that mission the next year, and like
Necron, they were Aaron Donald away from winning that game.
I was gonna say
Aaron Donald blew up that last drive, you know, against Burrow.
It was number 99.
He was about to drive down the field, and like, it was all Aaron Donald.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you can't just shame him for that, you know.
That's
a good play.
Hall of Famer Aaron Donald.
You can't blame him for that. But you know, too, they're also, you know, they're showing that they got resolve. You know, that they can come back this next year and keep going. And they didn't start off very good this year. It was a little shaky, but they finally got it together and got it going. So I hope I'm seeing like a type of Spurs situation where they come back with a team on a mission and get what they thought they deserved to get last time. So Bengals.
I like that, man. And they do just look a little bit different this year. Even though they look the same as last year, they look a little bit different. Now, I said I was going to go first, so let me go first before Syl, at least, for this pick. And I'll allow Syl to go last for this one. I think this is going to be an interesting game. And I want to also highlight this that, Pat's got to win this, as our friend Money Train James says. Because if he doesn't, he's going to go 0-4 against Burrow and the Bengals. And we said this earlier this season. I think that Syl was the person who said that Bengals are the Chiefs' kryptonite. And that is the perfect way to describe it, because that's exactly what it is. I mean, even when you give the first couple of games, I believe, were probably, and they were in Cincinnati, and then they went to Arrowhead and like, oh, are they going to be able to beat them in Arrowhead? Yeah, actually, every time they play in Arrowhead, they beat them. And,
That's never good.
Right? Where's your home field advantage go, homie? Do the people in Ohio just go down the Mississippi, right down to Missouri, to Kansas City, and they fill it up? Is that what it is? Now, we've seen last week, they can go on the road and they can win in a hostile environment. And you could argue that Buffalo is one of the most hostile environments to play in. They didn't have the juice, though. They had the snow on their side, but the white Bengal was out and it was ready to hunt in that snow. And I think no matter what the weather is tonight, that it's going to be an explosive game either way. The Chiefs, they got slighted last year versus the Bengals. They weren't able to make it last year because of the Bengals. You think they want to lose at home again? Hell no, they don't want to do that again. They're going to be facing and fighting for everything that they can. And this just reminded me of a take. Me and my lady were talking, I don't know why, because I told her I'm going to say her picks, and I have a funny story about my lady putting in some picks. I was telling her why I think the Chiefs are going to lose this game today, if they lose. And some people might hate me for this, but it'd be Travis Kelce, and that's why. Because Travis Kelce is the hype god in his own mind. And when he makes a mistake early in the game, that puts a shadow on the rest of the team. And it puts them down a peg for the rest of the game. Because if their best wide receiver threat, their best catching threat, can't catch the ball, then what the fuck are the rest of them going to do? And that happened in the Super Bowl versus Tom Brady in the Bucs. One of the first plays that Travis Kelce had was him bobbling the ball and him not making a catch. That also happened last year versus the Bengals. And all you hear the whole time is Travis Kelce, if he's mic'd up, like, oh, come on, I got to do better than that. I'll do better than that. I'll do better than that. How about we don't make the first mistake to begin with because we're playing in a championship game? But that is the difference between someone like Travis Kelce and the actual greatest tight end of all time, Robert Gronkowski, right? You ain't built like that, Kelce, and I'm going to be sick of hearing this of all the records that you may beat, but the one record that you won't beat of Rob Gronkowski's is that regular season tight end touchdown record, because what the difference is between you and Gronk is scoring when it counts in the red zone. Yeah, you get a lot of touchdowns, but you can't stay consistent. And consistency means doing it for the entire season. And when it matters most, Travis Kelce, we can't count on you. And that is what I'm counting on tonight. Kelce making a mistake, the Bengals capitalizing, and actually the Bengals defense looking a little bit more fierce than you may think against this Chiefs team who is so dominant and they have all the weapons. Man, I think the Bengals are really going to show up tonight. And that's why the Bengals are going to win, because of Joe Burrow and because Travis Kelce is going to come up short, just like he is. If you put him up against all the rest of the tight ends, greatest tight ends of all time, he's just a little bit short. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, with all that off my chest, I got the Bengals obviously winning tonight. Syl, who do you have winning tonight in Arrowhead in Kansas City?
Yeah, Hey, my theme all season, I was like, man, I can't pick with my heart, right? Y'all know where my heart spins. Burrow and the Bengals, the swaggiest quarterback in the playoffs, right? Like, he won me over, months ago. And I was like, man, this dude got it, man. The new Joe Cool, the Joe Montana of this era. If people aren't old enough to remember what Joe Montana, he was money. That's what Joe Montana was. Like, I see that in Burrow, right? I see that in him. He got the running game. He got top 3 receiving core in the league. The best receiver in the game, Jamar Chase. And then the Bengals is a tough team on defense, man. Like, they went into Buffalo. Like, I can't say that enough. They beat up Buffalo in the snow. I'm just saying, like, this is a real, this is a real team right here, right? And they've been to the Super Bowl before, and they beat Mahomes before. Now you got Mahomes, I mean, come on now, generational talent, arm talent. He can make any throw you want. He's a wizard. All this stuff. Great head coach. Hey, Bengals got good coaching too. No, let's not diss Zach Taylor. He has good coaching as well too. Oh, yeah. But as far as with the Chiefs, the system, the Chiefs formula is there. Kelce is the man. Those also took some shots at Kelce. Kelce is top 5 tight end ever. Like, that's not Hall of Fame, future tight. Future Hall of Famer.
He's not the greatest, though.
No, he's not gonna be the greatest. No, I mean, when you say greatest tight ends, it's like I'm on defer to one of the greatest tight ends himself. Shannon Sharp said, Gronkowski's that dude. And Shannon Sharp's a Hall of Famer. He said, because he didn't want to give it up to Tony Gonzalez. He was like, nah, he too pretty. But he was like, Gronkowski is that monster when you're talking about tight end. So I defer to the greats when they say that. So Kelce is not getting past the 3 people I just mentioned. Kelce's not getting past those 3 all time. So let's chill out.
Antonio Gates too.
Antonio Gates is arguable. He's arguably Kelce puts up numbers, but I'm not putting him before Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp, or Gronkowski. Yeah. You're not getting in that top 3. You gotta be super special. But anyway, so Mahomes got Kelce. Kelce's great. I love the Chiefs. They're at home like they normally are every year for the AFC Championship. Doesn't guarantee they're gonna win, right? I will say, okay, is Mahomes healthy? That was the big question going into this game. We're like, okay, is he going to be ready for this game? We talked about the practice. He looked good, So I think Mahomes is going to give his best shot today. I really believe he's going to be good enough to go, or they're going to shoot him up if they need to get him good enough to go. But last year, we saw the story play out last year. Mahomes was good to go last year, right? At home, fully healthy, and he had Tyreek Hill.
Wasn't he?
He don't got Tyreek Hill this year. So the Bengals are better than last year. The Chiefs are not as good as last year. I'm going with the Bengals. Bengals to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, Joe Cool, going back to the Super Bowl. And, if it wasn't for Joe Burrow, I would say Jalen Hurts got the most swag. But I think Burrow, it's going to be a swag battle in the Super Bowl. Bengals versus Eagles. And I'm going to love seeing that. Like, I want to see that game. Bengals versus Eagles. Like, let's just beat this up. And, but may the best quarterback win. We're going with the Bengals, boys, to the Super Bowl. Back-to-back appearances. And Burrow's on a mission, man. He's like, his squad's good. I'm just saying. He got the receipt. He got everything you need to win a Super Bowl.
Bro.
Hey, I'm just saying. Now, this is real quick, because people will be like, Mahomes, this is going to mess up his legacy. 0-4. Hey, it just be like that sometime, right? I lived through legacy talks. People forget my second home, Indianapolis. I saw Peyton Manning fail every year. But all you got to do is bounce back and win eventually. Mahomes going to take this L today, right? And he going to stew over there all season. And maybe they'll get you another guy like Tyreek Hill to help you out. Bengals to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Hey, man. It's so funny. That's the best way to put it. Like, you can have all the statistics and all the patterns and all of this and say whatever you want about legacy. But, yeah, sometimes it just be like that. Like, it just, you know what I mean? Like, as far as the Manning and the Brady record, like Tom Brady had a better record versus Peyton Manning, right?
Yeah.
But some people would still argue over Peyton Manning being a better quarterback than Tom Brady somehow. But and
yeah,
it just be like that. I can't even argue with those people, right?
You know what? It's funny because I was on that again, second home, Indianapolis, right? So I was like, yeah, Peyton's still better. But then Brady broke Peyton's record. I was like, okay. Touchdown record. I was like, okay. Brady clowning. He's the GOAT. Okay. I got no stats over him now, right? So, But I feel you, though. It's like people going to be like, well, Mahomes is still better and all this stuff. And, he may end up being the greatest quarterback of the generation. But right now, Bengals has a tougher team. Chiefs are a little bit too pretty. Just saying. The Bengals going to beat you up. And that's the best matchup I can see against the Eagles, too. But we're going with the Bengals, yeah.
That's a good, man. And I want to read this to Integrity because I was telling my lady about this earlier. Integrity says, honestly, I've always enjoyed championship week more than the Super Bowl. Tends to be better games because the teams usually know each other, or the Super Bowl consists of teams that meet once every 4 years. And I was saying that to my lady as well, that, these teams, right, when you make your team for the season, you get ready for the season, they're looking at this game specifically, and they're looking at who's in their conference. Who do we have to beat? Who's going to be our biggest competition to get to the Super Bowl? That's what they think about. They're not thinking about who's the best on the other team because we're automatically. No, you have to get to the Super Bowl first, and then you get 2 weeks to prepare. And that's why it can be shady. Then it comes down to who's better prepared, who can prep better for a team that they've never faced or they usually don't face. And that's, again, integrity, why these games are so much better, because they've been preparing for this. They have been ready for this, and they've actually played twice already this season, man. It couldn't get better than this weekend. I just wish that the 49ers and the Eagles played more during the season. But I digress. This is going to be a great game. Already, what's going down is the first game of today, which is the 49ers versus the Eagles. That should have just started, or it started already. So we're not going to spend too much more time on. I know all three of us want to watch that. Yeah, we want to watch the game. But I appreciate everybody being here today, and I do think that defense wins championships, and it'll be the defense that steps up for each of these teams that's going to win them their conference championship. And y'all don't want to miss this, because this is the Final Four, man. After this, it's the final game of the season. So we have 3 more games. 3 more games left of this NFL season, man. And then it is on to the XFL, where we start a brand new league and a brand new season. So as far as tradition goes, as far as what we're used to, as far as nostalgia goes, as far as what the future holds for the rest of the offseason for the NFL, these two games today will really come down to what's in the conversation, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to say the least. And I hope they're just good games. I hate seeing blowouts. Like I say, this is the last couple of games of the NFL. I don't want to watch shit fucking games. I want to see good games. I don't want to see blowouts. Right. And as we said, these should be good games though, because these teams have seen each other a lot. But you guys got people talking about Jordan and rings and stuff. Bro. We're not gonna start this conversation right now, guys. We're not starting this conversation. I love y'all. I love y'all.
Hey,
yeah.
When you're in the same era, though, I mean, I don't know how we got to MJ, but
yeah.
Burrow and Mahomes is now, and Burrow has been throwing them hands on Mahomes. I'm just saying. I mean, that's just what it is right now. You know, I can't go against that right now.
It's just what it is, bro. It's just the facts. I'm excited though. I'm excited for these games. I'm excited to talk about it during this week, and I'm excited going forward for the rest of the playoffs with you boys. So I appreciate both of you coming through here today. Now, a quick story, okay, before we end this show, and this is gonna hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy this. So last night I'm just talking about football, and a lot of things I say to my lady, I just say to say. And I don't know if necessarily she's gonna understand it or what, because I'm talking about foreign concepts, right? She's like, oh, who's playing tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, it's Bengals versus Chiefs. It's the 49ers versus the Eagles. And she's like, you know what? I kind of like the Bengals just because I like Tigers. And she's like thinking for a little bit, and she's looking at me, bro. And then all of a sudden, like a cold chill flew up her body, bro. Literally like this. She was like, oh, it's going to be Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? What? Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't know what that is, but that's what's going to happen. Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. I was like, oh my, I need to write that down. What, did you just get hit with the ghost of Vince Lombardi? What the fuck was that, dude? What the hell? So if that happens, if the Eagles and the Chiefs win today, you credit that. I'm going to listen to any pick that my lady has going forward. And she did say if she does get those picks right, she just wants to make a slight cameo on the Super Bowl countdown. So
Nice.
she just wants to come in and basically say I was right, is what she wants to say. Which is like, all right, dude, no one knows you, but all right, come in and talk your shit, get it done. But I just thought that was a funny story to share with everybody. I think she predicted the future too. She said she doesn't know of anything about the Super Bowl yet. She just knows who's going to be in it. So we'll see. Yeah. As soon as she lets me know who wins the Super Bowl, we'll drop a bet in there. But yeah, I just thought that was a funny story to end the stream with. So keep your eyes out on the supernatural happening today in these games in order to make the Eagles and the Chiefs win. But if that happens, I told her, I looked at it and go, fuck, why? Why does it have to be that? She's like, what? What is that? What's wrong? I go, those are the opposite of both of my picks for those games. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm picking the opposite team. So, hey, if that's what happens today, that's what happens. I'm going to listen to her a lot more going forward. Yeah, I better break out the Ouija board too. Who has gonna have
she had
the
a
most
Ouija board?
No, she didn't. She just got hit with like a cold chill, and like it was like a
spirits on that one.
She got. I watched it. I physically watched her just fucking go like this. She's like, Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. I was like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? I wasn't even talking about who was gonna be in the Super Bowl, but yeah, that was just a funny things today. But hey, thank you boys for being through here. We'll recap what's going on after these games. I might just pop on later to talk about them, depending on what happens and how the game ends versus the Bengals versus the Chiefs. I don't know, dude. It's playoff championship Sunday. It gets me really excited. So I get hyped for these games. But let's get it popping. Let's get it into the weekend. Everyone enjoy the rest of championship Sunday. If we pop up, you know where the notification will be on Twitter. And you guys will see it here live, obviously. So come hang out and don't miss us this week. Necron, what do you got coming up this week, bro? Another witching hour?
I'll probably do one on the weekend.
Okay.
And I'm keeping my schedule open for any crazy things that happen to happen during the week, man. So I'll be available.
Okay. So we might be seeing a pop-up Necron. And how
Yes,
about you,
sir.
Syl? What do we got coming up? I know the schedule, but you go
Yeah.
ahead and say it, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be a special week just for Syl Nation, Mikey Verse, Cool Table. Like, it's gonna be a very interesting week. Obviously we got football today, so that's gonna be exciting to watch the games. Members Monday is tomorrow. I'm just hearing from Birdie saying the slate may drop tomorrow, so we'll see what Gunn has to say. If we don't get it tomorrow, then we'll catch him Tuesday because that's Rose with Mikey Sutton. So either way, we covering this slate. There is a very special video dropping, a special Rogues edition, Wednesday morning. I won't say no more than that. Thursday, Coffee Talk returns. We took a hiatus because of the bad DC news. Coffee
tough.
Talk is back this Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll have the Furies. That's Rhea and Belle Reeve will be making an appearance. Get those wonderful women back on the channel.
That
We
would
always
be
have
cool,
good
bro.
conversations.
Those are good.
Yeah, so Thursday is going to be great. And you already know Syl Nation Saturdays. And the Syl Abdul Daily channel, I'm uploading videos. Like I've gotten so much information just to kind of clip and throw out there. So we got some original videos and content. Paper Cuts coming back to that channel as well, too. So y'all should be subscribed to that second channel. Those are the short videos. But for full podcast, come to the podcast channel. This is going to be a full week. That's all I'm going to say this week for Syl Nation. We're back on our schedule. And, I think it's going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
Keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes up and your ears open. There's going to be a lot of content coming out this week in general and obviously more in the future too. But we have football to enjoy today before there's more work to be done. So everyone, go get your beer, go get your food, and have a great day. Gentlemen, have a great rest of your day. I know we'll be talking in the chats and talking our shit. So go enjoy the football. I appreciate y'all being here. And until freezing cold takes this week and until the Super Bowl, we don't have a show next week. We'll just have to, do a little talk. Bye week, okay? Bye week.
Yeah, we'll take a bye week. Take a bye week.
Take a bye week. All right. No good countdown. You guys just saw that brainstorm happen live. Welcome to behind the scenes. You guys are welcome. Welcome for that, just peek in on what happens on the conversations. That's how easy it is. That's how easy we work together. You want to go bye week? Okay, bye week. All right, cool. We'll see y'all on Freezing Cold Takes, and we'll see y'all on everybody else's channel, obviously, as well. So enjoy.
We'll be back for the Super Bowl. We'll be back.
Obviously, we'll be back for that.
Oh,
and that's going to be a long countdown. I'm going to have a discussion with Syl about some ideas I got for the Super Bowl because it's later in the day, y'all. It's 6 o'clock, so we can have some guests.
I'm just saying maybe a halftime show. I'm just going to throw it out there to the people.
Okay.
Throw it out there. We'll talk.
We'll see y'all in the comments, in the YouTube algorithm, on Twitter and all. And we appreciate y'all being here. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. Tell someone you love them. Until next time, this was the Good Countdown. Peace, y'all.